Similarly, for a sine wave, the RMS value is the 1 by root 2 of the peak value of the voltage or the amplitude. So for example, the RMS value for a sine wave is this is the peak value, right? So if this peak value is multiplied by 1 by root 2, you get the RMS voltage. So normally in our AC grid line, if you get 230 volts of RMS voltage, what will be the peak voltage? You can calculate using this formula. So if this root 2 is multiplied by VRMS, you get the peak value. So for example, if the VRMS is 230 volts, then 230 volts multiplied by root 2, that is somewhere around 325 volts. So that is our peak voltage of the AC line signal. So normally in our houses or in domestic purposes or in single phase AC line, we get a VRMS voltage of 230 volts. In this figure, if you see, we have two signals. The one signal is this one, which is light line drawn using a single line, and signal B, which is little darker. So the two signals which are shown in this graph have the amplitude which could be voltage or current. So this is the vertical axis which determines or specifies about the amplitude, and this is the horizontal axis which describes about the time axis. So this is the time period, the time is increasing, the time is changing, and this is the amplitude increasing, and this is the amplitude decreasing towards the negative side, right? So if you see, this signal A is starting from 0 amplitude and it is slowly increasing with increasing in time, going to the positive side, and again reducing and decreasing, going to the 0 reference again, and going to the negative side, and again going to the positive, and crossing the 0 amplitude level, and then again increasing towards the positive side, and this is repeating. So this is a perfect sine wave for the signal A. Similarly for signal B, but instead of starting from 0 amplitude, the signal B is starting from this maximum peak value, the peak voltage or peak current, and starting from here and then reducing. So if you see the difference, the signal A is starting from 0 amplitude, but the signal B is starting from the maximum peak value. So you can see the frequency of signal A and B are same, but the instantaneous value of both the signals are different. So the same instant, the voltage or the amplitude of both the signals are different from each other. So at this point of time, you can see the signal A is having 0 amplitude, but the signal B is having maximum amplitude. At this point of time, the signal A is having the maximum amplitude, but signal B is having 0 amplitude. So the same time instance, both the signals are having a different amplitude voltage levels or current levels. Now we can see that at any point of time where the signal B amplitude is greater than the signal A amplitude, that means signal B is arriving before the signal A, and signal A is appearing to be coming later after signal B has reached that particular amplitude value. So that means that signal B is leading and signal A is lagging. So it may appear that in an opposite way, that actually signal A is leading and signal B is lagging, but the reality is signal B is leading and signal A is lagging. It may sound a little confusing because you see that the signal A appears to be in the front and signal B appears to be in the back, but as I mentioned, signal B is leading. So why it is leading? That because signal B amplitude appears to be the amplitude value is coming earlier than the amplitude value which is coming later by the signal A. That's the reason signal B is leading and signal A is lagging. So this will be more clear in our consequent videos and going forward in this video as well.